Hey everyone, today we're going to prepare sushi. I hope you like it as much as my family does. What I'm making today is the California roll. It doesn't have raw fish, but it does have imitation crab. So let's get started and see what you think. The first thing I want to do is get my rice started. I like to use the Nishiki brand of sushi rice. This is a measuring cup, especially for a rice cooker. It's actually not 1 full cup. It is instead 3/4 of a cup. So don't let that confuse you. But for this recipe, we're going to take 6 of these rice cooker cups. All right, so that was 1. So with 6 cups of sushi rice, I need 8 1/4 cups of water. I measured 8 1/4 cups into this bowl, and I'm going to put it into the rice maker. Now sometimes people like to rinse their rice first, which you can also do, but you have to make sure that you get all of the excess water off before measuring so you don't have extra water in the rice cooker. And set it to cook. In this rice cooker, it'll probably take about 40 minutes before it's ready. Let's take a look at the ingredients we need for sushi. The first thing you'll need is nori wrappers. These are the seaweed wrappers that go on the outside of the sushi. You'll also need Kirby cucumbers. These are the cucumbers. They're a little bit shorter and smaller than a regular salad cucumber. I got those also at H Mart. You'll need ripe avocados. And this is imitation crab. There's several different brands you can get. I happen to choose this one from H Mart. You need rice vinegar, salt, and sugar. You'll also need a bamboo sushi roller. It looks like this. I purchased mine at H Mart, and you might want to get a couple while you're at it because it's kind of a fun thing to do with the whole family. And you'll need other tools as well, as you can see, cutting board, knife, and so on. We're going to use the rice vinegar, salt, and sugar to make a seasoning mixture that we pour over the rice. You take 1/2 cup rice vinegar and pour it in a pan. Now we need 1 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Let's do this over the sink so we don't spill it on our workspace. And level off the teaspoon. Lastly, we're going to add 4 1/2 tablespoons of sugar. Here is the seasoning mixture. You can see in the bottom of the pan the salt and the sugar are not dissolved. So we're going to heat it slightly and swish it around a little bit so the salt and sugar can dissolve into the rice vinegar. You can put it on a low temperature and just swish it around gently to move the sugar and the salt on the bottom. It'll take just a few minutes for those things to dissolve. The imitation crab is solidly frozen, so we're going to put that in the microwave for a couple minutes to thaw. While we're waiting, we can get our other ingredients prepared. So let's start with the cucumbers. I've already washed them or rinsed them off, and now we just have to peel them and then cut them into pieces. Hold the cucumber the long way, and you're going to slice it down the middle in half. Then flip them over and slice again down the middle so you have it in quarters. Next, we're going to turn it over and we're going to remove the seeds that are in the center. You can just slice along the inside and get the soft seedy part out to remove that, so you're left with the outer shell. And you can do that to each of the 4 pieces. Take each of the quarters and slice them into 3 to 4 more pieces. And now it's time to do our avocados. The avocados I have also rinsed off before cutting. So with avocados, there is a little part here that's attached to the tree or to the stem, all right? So I cut in the middle, I cut partway down, and as I cut, you can feel in the inside the seed of the avocado. So I cut all around and then separate it in half. You'll see that we have one without the seed and one with the seed. To get the seed out, the easiest way to do it, I find, is to hit it with a knife and then hold the avocado in the palm of your hand and twist. And the seed will come right out. And then we can just put that in the trash. I push it off with my hand. Now I have the 2 avocado halves with the peeling on it. So I'm going to turn it over and slice it in half again, as well as the other one. And then taking off the peeling is really easy. You just peel it back, okay? Just like this. And it comes off very, very easily. Now, if it's not very ripe, it might be harder to take off. So it's always good to have your avocados ripe enough to use for the sushi. Okay, so that's it. And then you're going to take your avocado and you're going to slice it just like you did with the cucumber in long lengths. And again, I do 3 or 4 lengths and then gently set them on the plate. It can go on the same plate as the cucumbers. All right, I forgot about the imitation crab. So you can see that on the crab are these little plastic wrappers. I am going to take each piece of crab and remove the plastic. And I will do the entire package because I know I'm going to use all of this imitation crab. So go ahead and do that. Oh, our rice is ready now and fully cooked. So we're going to mix it with the seasoning. I'm just going to take half of the rice and half of the seasoning and mix those first. When you're mixing the seasoning with the rice, please remember to do that in either a glass bowl. You just shouldn't mix it in a metal bowl. It kind of affects the flavor of it. So half the seasoning with half the rice and then mix it well. Now comes the fun part, rolling the sushi. And this is actually really fun to do with kids too, younger kids. So I have made sure my surface area is clean. I have my bamboo sushi roller, my rice, avocados, cucumbers, and imitation crab. I also have a bowl of water, and I'll show you what that's for in a minute. I have my nori, and I have a place to put the finished sushi rolls, and I'm going to put them in this plastic container. We'll take out 1 piece of nori at a time. Okay, and the nori has 2 sides to it. It has a very shiny side and a little bit duller side. Okay, so we're going to put the shiny side down. All right, once that's there in place, we take a spoonful of rice. The rice, make sure you can see this well. The rice, you're going to spread it over the whole, almost the whole wrapper, not the whole wrapper. Put it up towards the front of where you're working and leave about 2 inches at the back side, back here, leave 2 inches open. Okay, it doesn't have to be completely covered. So just about like that, and try to get it so it's evenly distributed as much as possible. All right, once you've done that, you're going to put 2 or 3 of the cucumber, depending upon how wide they are. You can put, for this one, I want to have 3. I'm going to put 2 of the imitation crab right here. A little bit of it's going to stick out at the end, but that's okay. And then I'm going to put 2 or 3 avocados, again, depending upon how thick they are. So even though these 2 pieces are pretty big, I'm going to put a smaller piece in the middle. Now you have everything lined up. What you do is you take your bamboo roller and you're going to try and get this edge of the sushi over the ingredients. So you roll it and kind of tuck those ingredients inside. Once you roll it over, you're going to kind of squish it with the top of that bamboo roller. So now you have it like this. It's rolled, this piece of the Sushi Nori is down, and then you have the bottom part. I move it closer to my edge. I dip my 2 fingers in the water and I wipe it on the nori wrapper. That is going to be what helps to seal the sushi. So I continue to roll all the way. Once it's completely rolled around, I squeeze it tight. It's kind of like a cigar. Okay, there might be a few ingredients sticking out. You can try and tuck those in. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now, I could take it and put it in my container right now and have it there, but I would rather show you how to cut it. So at this point, once you have your roll of sushi, you can take a sharp knife, all right? It should be a clean, sharp knife. I like to put a little water on that helps it to cut more smoothly, and I cut off the ends. Okay. Now you have the main sushi roll, and you can cut that into as thick of slices as you like. I usually do about 3/4 of an inch to a 1/2 an inch. Oh, that one looks, it's going to be a little small. All right. So once you have it, part of making sushi, it's all in the presentation. If you can lay it out nicely for people, that's great. And you can see all the delicious ingredients in there. Okay, now the ends don't look as pretty, so that's okay. It's great for the cook to try one of those ends and make sure they're tasty. What I'm going to do is use a little bit of soy sauce. Let me remove my knife here. I like to serve it with a little bit of soy sauce. I'm using reduced sodium soy sauce because I feel like it's a little healthier. Dip my sushi in and let's see how it tastes. Delicious. All right. So I hope you had fun making sushi. I hope you have fun eating sushi with your family. Keep in mind you can put pickled ginger with it or wasabi, which is very, very hot. We like to eat ours just with soy sauce. Have a great day and hope you enjoy your sushi.